Hey guys, it's Miss Allen. I thought I would do a different kind of drawing today. This is probably going to be geared more towards my third and fourth graders, as well as some of my second graders. If you are one of my kindergarten or first grade students and you'd like to try this, maybe get your parents to help you with this at home. But this isn't too hard for my older kids. I think you're going to really like it, and my third graders should know this very well. We're going to be doing some Zentangles. So I'm going to show you how to make one. So the first thing you need for a Zentangle is you need to have a piece of paper, and this one's a rectangle. I'm going to show you how to make this into a square. Now, I'm using cardstock. It's easier if you use something that is a little thicker. Cardstock, construction paper, depending on what material you're using, but if you have to use regular paper, that's fine. And since it's squares, if you have Post-it notes, this is a perfect square, and you can make smaller Zentangles on these just by using one sheet of paper, and that's always pretty fun too. I do that sometimes if I don't want a big piece of paper, I want just something small to work with, but we'll go ahead and show you how to make it a square. So this is the way I'm going to make it without having a ruler. If you have your piece of paper and you take the corner of your paper and you pull it across and fold it down into a triangle, you want to make sure that the corner matches up right here to make a triangle before you fold it down. Now this will give you a crease, and I'm usually very big about not creasing your paper, but it won't be a huge deal to have one crease. So I made one line across. So now that I've folded my triangle, I have this extra part, and I'm gonna fold this one as well. The reason I'm gonna fold it is because it shows me where to cut when I unfold it, and I'll have a nice line. You can just go ahead and use your scissors and cut along this line, but I always like having kind of a guide. So I'm just gonna fold this one over. And again, just trying to make sure I am even across. And I might not have been completely even on that one. But to be honest, Miss Allen likes to do things the hard way sometimes. So, alright. So now we'll cut this off and we will have a nice square. Now that I have a square, I'm going to make a border. The border is going to go around the Zentangle, and it's going to make sure that my designs stay on the paper. So I'm going to use a pencil, and this is not what you're going to use for your Zentangle, but this is what I'm going to use right now to get my border set up. I'm going to make a dot in each corner. And then I'm going to connect those lines with my pencil. Once you get the border drawn around your square, you're also going to use your pencil to divide your paper into 4 different spaces. Now, my favorite way of doing this, and the easiest way of doing this, is to draw an X. And when I do an X, I go from one corner to the other across my paper, and from the opposite corner across again. And I don't know how well you can see that, so I'm going to pick it up and kind of show you. So now I have the border running around the paper, and I have 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we have my spaces, I can start doing the Zentangle. So a Zentangle is where you put a different pattern in each one of these spaces. It's meant to be a meditative form of art, which means it's meant to calm us and relax us. I don't want you using pencil if you can help it. If this is all you have, you can use a pencil, and it's not a big deal. But if you have any of these supplies, a marker, a Sharpie, just a regular pen, even if you had to use a pen. And it does not have to be black. I always use a black one, but it does not have to be black. But you're going to start filling each space with a different design. So what you want to think about is when you fill up this space, you have to go all the way to each line. So for example, if I want to do a simple pattern, I could do stripes. And let's do vertical stripes, so that means they go up and down. Now I like to start in the middle just so I have a nice middle point, but I can make a line, a line. Now that's a really simple pattern. You can also make it a little tougher, and all I did for this one was I repeated one line over and over and over. You can also repeat 2 lines over and over and over, and that could look like, what if I did some, let's do a loop-de-loop, and look, I've changed the direction I'm going. Loop-de-loop with a zigzag. Loop-de-loop, zigzag. Now, I could also do different shapes to make patterns. One way people like to do that is they like to do stars. I can incorporate that into this. What if I did, and I might do it in this space, what if I did swirls instead of stars? I like swirls a lot. I'm going to do swirls. And in this one, I'm going to show you how to do checkers, because I have a lot of kids ask me how to do checkers, and this will be one easy way of doing it. So let's do checkers. I'll start it out by doing what I did in the first one. I'm doing vertical lines that go all the way across. And then I can do diagonal lines, or not diagonal, excuse me, horizontal lines that come across this way. I guess you could do diagonals if you wanted your checkers to be a little different, but I'm just trying to show you regular checkers. So, and then I just color them in. 1, and then you want to make sure that all the black boxes only touch by the corners. So this is touching this corner. This one's white because it's right next to the black one. The next one would be black, white. So underneath it's white, black, white, black, white, and black. So then I'm going to fill up the whole space alternating like that. So this one's done, and you can see I messed up in one spot, messed up right here. Colored in that space when I wasn't supposed to. But a Zentangle is not about being perfect. A Zentangle is about taking a moment to yourself and just putting yourself into artwork and calming your nerves, calming your stress, and just giving your focus to something else that just it's just not as serious. That's why I like doing Zentangles. I'm going to do one very quickly. Just on my sticky note just so you can watch me do a full one. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have learned a lot, and I will see you soon.